Okay, time is just past 11:30 Eastern Time. Video starting up here in just a second or two. Let me get the lighting reset by just a second. This has a problem every time we lose power. We have to reset the lights on here. All right, I think we are going, and let's go ahead and get into this. We are a little bit behind for today. It is just about noon Eastern Time. Like I said, just past 11:30. So we're doing a brief, abbreviated edition of Weather Overtime on Facebook Live and Twitch, giving you an idea as to what's going on in regards to what's happening with the weather. The main thing we're going to be focusing on for today is the potential of severe weather, and we're going to be seeing that potential coming up throughout the rest of the evening. By the time some of you watch this later on today, we will be seeing changes in the forecast, so definitely want to keep it tuned to News 12 and again the National Weather Service for more information as to what's going on with what's happening with the weather. The information we provide here, again, about 11:30 Eastern Time on Wednesday, that could be different by the time we hit, say, 5, 6, 7 o'clock later on tonight. So please keep yourself updated, stay up to date with what's going on. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's happening here. There's not much going on. We've got a clean sweep around the area on Titan radar. For those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, maybe on Twitch, I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. We cover the areas of the Tennessee River Valley. We cover, again, southeastern parts of Tennessee, from Chattanooga, Tennessee, extreme western North Carolina, northern and northwestern parts of Georgia, and back into extreme northeastern parts of Alabama, DeKalb, and Jackson counties there. So that's where we're coming from. If you're just tuning in, we may not cover your area specifically, but if you've got questions about the forecast or weather and meteorology in general, if we have some time, we'll do our best to answer that and give you an idea as to what we're looking for. For right now, again, little if anything taking place. These storms that were over portions of the areas around the high plains of Colorado into the last several hours, they dropped several tornadoes around the Kansas-Colorado line last night, but we are seeing this storm system get a little bit closer to us and more potential of storms like this coming on through. Not much in the way of lightning to report at this time. Some flares up in around northwestern Tennessee, but nothing really coming in directly to the News 12 viewing area at this time. So decently quiet for the time being, but more activity like this coming on through. This is moving into relatively unstable air, so we could see some more problems coming up in the course of the next couple of hours. And as of right now, we don't see anything in the way of major activity taking place. Let me go back and take a look and see if there's anything going on the updates for right now. I don't think there's anything issued, and doesn't look like anything close to being issued. No mesoscale discussions in effect, and no watches or warnings involving severe weather, again, right before noon as we go into Wednesday or so. So looking pretty good for right now. Let's go ahead and time things out for you. What we've got is this storm system back to the west of us. Part of the storm system's energy making its way up the east coast. That's what gave us the severe weather a couple of days ago with some of those winds out there. The latter half of this system is on its way over the high plain states, and that's what helped to stir up these thunderstorms here. It is making its way eastward, and that's going to be giving us the potential for more thunderstorms later on as this system makes its way into this rather warm and moist air mass. It's a little bit on the stable side for right now, more stable than what it has been, as high pressure over the Gulf of Mexico does a good job of keeping things stable down here. But we also see high pressure keeping things fairly quiet from New England all the way back down into parts of the Appalachians. But this storm system coming through later on this afternoon and this evening will be giving us more potential of stronger storms as we go into later on tonight. Let's go ahead and time things out for you and giving you an idea as to what we're going to be expecting for the next several hours. Again, random chances of showers and thunderstorms before the system gets a little bit closer to us, but we'll start to see better chances of showers and thunderstorms right to our west. I still don't think we're going to have too much of a problem for dismissal time. A lot of schools went back in session today around the area of the Tennessee River Valley, so a lot of kids back in school. Watch those school zones out there if you're traveling, but as this comes through, anything that forms ahead of that line might be a little bit stronger. That first wave showing signs right now that this might be falling apart a little bit as it gets closer to us, and then later thunderstorms after about sunset, those start to move our direction, but those also seem to do a pretty good job of falling apart toward about News 12 at 11 o'clock later on tonight. Now, as we go into overnight, that's where that system gets a little bit more push, and we start to see more potential of thunderstorms in a line from southwest of Lexington, Kentucky, all the way back down to just about Oxford, Mississippi, and that starts to move our direction. So we'll see this going over the area as we get into very early tomorrow morning, about the time that we are on the air with News 12 this morning. So tomorrow's possibility, Thursday's possibility of thunderstorms, rain, could be some brief gusty winds out there. This is where we see the potential problem. So tomorrow morning, getting the kids ready for school and on the school bus, or getting them to school yourself in the car, it is going to be possibly a very sloppy travel morning. So plan ahead for some extra time, and the kids may need some rain protection going from the bus or the car to school. Now, as we go into later on during the morning, most of everything heads out of here. By lunchtime, a few remnant showers and thunderstorms over parts of northern Alabama could pass through. And then into the afternoon hours, right about dismissal time, it's going to be warm, it's going to be humid, but it doesn't look like too much outside of a speckle of showers and thunderstorms for right now. This forecast could change, so keep it tuned to News 12 again for more on the latest as to what's going on there. Overnight into midnight, maybe the potential Thursday night of some showers and thunderstorms over Alabama and northwest Georgia, and some of those could get a little bit heavier and more widespread coverage going into around Thursday night, Friday morning. So I don't think we'll be quite done with all the showers and thunderstorms, and that's where we see a problem with flash flooding coming up. And then most of the activity into Friday afternoon should be just randomly scattered haphazard stuff if it manages to stick around for that long. Latest information from the Storm Prediction Center, and this was updated just about a couple of hours ago. It will be updated again, so this forecast of what the potential of severe weather is coming straight from the NOAA Storm Prediction Center, showing the enhanced risk in the orange shaded area. Again, that goes to just west of the News 12 viewing area, Nashville through the Mid-South, north of Little Rock, back toward Fort Smith and Fayetteville, Arkansas, and up to about Rolla, Missouri. So this will be the worst of the worst potential of severe weather for today and into later on tonight. Going on well to the west of us first, and then moving our direction toward about sundown into this evening. That'll be, again, the potential for damaging winds, possibility of some hail in there, and some tornadoes. So we have to watch out for that, and the potential of flash flooding. We'll talk about that coming up here in just a little bit. Now, through tomorrow morning, that threat shifts over to the east of us, and we start to see a more marginal threat. Again, if you're looking up here at the scales, marginal severe weather, the lowest of the low you can possibly get for a severe threat, and it doesn't show that much. We're not talking about a severe weather outbreak tonight, but we are seeing, again, close to right about halfway up that scale with that enhanced possibility for tonight. And again, into tomorrow, that threat downshifts a little bit to become a marginal threat as most of the threat passes over toward the Carolinas. So late tonight, early tomorrow morning, that'll be the best opportunity there. And then for Friday, we're not seeing anything in the way of severe weather. Generic thunderstorm chances for Friday and into the weekend. That's going to take care of most of the potential of showers and thunderstorms across the area that are severe. Whether or not we get another one coming in here in the next few days, the Storm Prediction Center's 4 to 8 day forecast doesn't hold anything at this time in regards to what's going on. Excuse me on Twitch here. I've got to readjust the camera for just a moment. It's about to fall off the edge. For right now, I think what we have is going to be, again, that potential of the worst severe weather being tonight and into portions of the rest of the forecast coming up into Thursday morning. We see, again, that potential for tonight, the worst of the worst, and that's something, again, to really pay attention to. Likewise, and again, flash flooding is going to be a concern for right now. The flash flooding risk from the Weather Prediction Center showing a slight possibility across much of the eastern and southeastern United States. Several of these states have picked up several inches of rainfall in the last couple of days, and usually if you get a good, dry, sunny day, you can pick up as much as an inch of water evaporating out of the soil. But some parts of Missouri have hit 18 inches in the last 7 days. That's a lot. That's a lot to evaporate and get rid of. And it takes a lot of dry soil for that rain falling onto to get absorbed into that ground. If you don't have that dry soil and it's very well locked up with moisture, the rain falls on it and it just sluices right off, and that's where we could wind up with, again, the flash flooding because of all that saturated ground out here. So this could be a potential for flash flooding across the area for today and into tonight. That threat will be continuing as we get into around very early on Thursday, and then for Friday the threat shifts a little bit down to our south and west, close to the area, but again, that's where the best potential of heavy rainfall will be, roughly from south of Kansas City down through Atlanta and all the way down to the Gulf Coast. So the best potential will be today, tonight, and into very early tomorrow. So please plan accordingly. Remember, never drive across water-covered roadways. Could be the last mistake you ever make. So remember, turn around, don't drown, find another way to get to where you're going out there. All right, let's run down the numbers on the 7-day forecast and give you an idea as to what we're looking for. Temperatures into the next several days, not as bad as they could be. We could be looking at the potential for, again, some hotter numbers into the weekend. Temperatures back in the lower 90s for both Saturday and Sunday. And we see also that potential for, again, some chances of thunderstorms all the way through the weekend and into next week. So the temperatures may moderate a little bit next week going into mid-August, which great news for outdoor athletic activities and for extracurricular activities at school. But again, we'll be having those chances of showers and thunderstorms every single day as we go through the weekend and into, it looks like, the first half of next week, which means outdoor activities will have the heat and humidity to think about, and then also the potential of more showers and thunderstorms. And remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. Let's make certain everybody is practicing good lightning safety, no matter where you are, no matter what sport you're practicing. If you're out for a run, going for a hit on the golf course, going for a hike in the woods, whatever it is, lightning around is dangerous, and you want to get back into a sturdy shelter so you can allow that storm to pass and make certain that you stay safe, because we'll be looking for that potential of lightning out there into the next several days. That slight risk of severe weather will continue again for today and tonight. A lesser marginal risk into tomorrow. That's, again, a little bit less than today, but it's still a risk of severe weather. So we have to watch out for this as we get into around Thursday. That also continues the potential of flash flooding going from Thursday into Friday. So again, prepare for the potential of seeing more chances of rain runoff increasing, and that is going to cause some problems into around the area for driving, especially in low-lying areas near creeks, culverts, ditches, streams, lakes, places like that. You're going to have to watch out for the potential of water-covered roadways there. Never drive across a water-covered roadway. You don't know how deep it is. You don't know how fast the water is flowing. It only takes about 6 inches of flowing water to sweep an SUV off the roadway. And once your car hits that deeper water, your electrical system is gone and you're stuck inside that vehicle, and that could be the last mistake that you ever make. So again, please find another way to get to where you're going. It may be inconvenient, but if you arrive alive, I would call that a plus. And that is what we're looking at again into at least Thursday and portions of the area on Friday. So watch out for that. And then into the weekend, we may see more chances of showers and thunderstorms, but for now, lesser chances of flash flooding coming on through. If that changes, we will let you know about that. But for right now, that's about the best that we can say. Toward about next week, taking a look at the long-distance forecast from the Weather Prediction Center and the Climate Prediction Center, numbers stay relatively stable overall. There is a little bit of a cool down, so to speak, coming our way over the Pacific Northwest, heading into the Great Lakes, and then dropping down a little bit farther into the Ohio River Valley. Now, whether or not this actually gets us to drop our numbers, it looks like it's going to be fairly promising north of the Tennessee-Kentucky line. Whether or not that makes it as far down as where we are, because right now we stay solidly in those orange temperatures, right back up around the upper 80s to lower 90s. So we'll see how well that goes. Maybe the potential for some less hot weather coming on through as we go into the next couple of days. But the Climate Prediction Center on the medium range forecast is not showing any hope of anything well below normal, just above normal on these temperatures. So hopefully that trend goes a little bit further southward and we see numbers that are not going to be too much of a boiling out there as we go into August. We could be seeing a lot of temperatures in August. At this time of the year, we could be upper 90s, triple digits, record-setting temperatures, things like that, but we're not looking at that right now, so definitely some good news there. And again, hopefully that trend continues. Yesterday's high temperature, we made 82. 91 is our normal, so we did manage to make about a full category below the high temperature of where we should be in August. And yesterday, about 20 degrees below the record high set back in 1980 of 102. No rainfall yesterday. We are ahead for the month, but only just by a little bit, and behind for the year by about 1.6 inches. So we could definitely use a little bit more rainfall out there. Currently, again, we've got a lot of cloud cover, but we don't have too much of anything happening in the way of major amounts of fog from earlier this morning from Lee Point on the EPB fiber optics WeatherCam network, looking off to where sunrise was earlier today. Much of what we're going to be seeing into the rest of the day is going to be those continued amounts of cloud cover. Downtown, also looking back toward the courthouse around Chattanooga and seeing again out toward the ridge, a lot of clouds, some high thin clouds, as well as some areas of lower clouds shaping up, which means we've got some minor instability, which is going to help to produce more potential of showers and thunderstorms later on. And that continues toward the Island Cove Marina and Resort camera. And one more look from downtown from our News 12 studios into and around the area looking north toward downtown. You can see those lower level clouds starting to form, so that instability is starting to kind of gain hold. And what we really don't need right now is more sunshine, and that's going to help to create more thunderstorms by heating up the lower sections of the atmosphere. Traffic from 75 north to 24 west on the CHI Memorial Stadium camera on the slow side. Everything else moving along pretty well, and visibility good. You can see all the way back out to around portions of Signal Mountain there. Temperatures just shy of 80 degrees and humidity on the high side, so it looks to be a pretty sultry afternoon out there, but not seeing any signs of any heat advisories or heat index temperatures over 100 degrees, so some good news on that. If you don't have your weather radio programmed, get it done today before the storms move in. Now, when nothing is going on, is a good time to make certain your severe weather plan is ready to go, and we can help you with that portion of planning. Go to wdef.com/weather, and we can help you with a short video designed to show you more about how to program your weather radio. It's less difficult than you might think, so if you want to give it a shot, head to our website and find out more information there. If you're a teacher or a school administrator, we'd love to have one of our weather experts appear at your classroom, but if you don't make the request pretty soon, it may not be until spring semester that we're able to appear with you. Once we get to about late August, Labor Day, we really start filling up on requests to get to local schools, and we'd love to accommodate everybody, and we'll give it a great try, no question about that. But if you wait to about late September, early October, the slots are going to fill up quickly. We have scheduling here that has to be considered as well. So please make your request as soon as possible. Go to wdef.com/weather. Go to the Weather in the Classroom section for more from our Food City Weather in the Classroom program. Give us the details about contact information for you, your school location, your grade level, number of students, special topics that you would like us to tackle. We talk about severe weather, we talk about emergency communications, we talk about climate change, we talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. So if you'd like to know more about this, again, go to the Food City Weather in the Classroom program, and we'll get you updated as to what you need to know and try to cross-connect on our schedules. That'll about do it for Weather Overtime for Wednesday late morning. We're coming up on the noon show, so I got to get ready for that, so we got to shut things down here. But for right now, things so far decently quiet. Could be some watches in our near future. We'll be watching that very carefully as we get into the rest of the forecast, so stay tuned for more on that. More information on our website available at wdef.com/weather, and of course I'll be on all these social media channels as well. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. Stay tuned for more with News 12 on air and online throughout the rest of the day and into this evening.